Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Cryptopolitan podcast. My name is Earl, the head of sales at Cryptopolitan. And today's guest, we have Tom. Tom, how are you?
Hey Earl, thanks for having me. I'm doing very well. How are you?
Fantastic. And Tom, doing fantastic. This is exciting. It's an exciting time to be in the crypto blockchain Web3 space. There's always something really cool going on, and the level of projects have come a far cry from the very beginning of this time, right? So it's really cool to see what everybody's up to. So speaking of which, what are you working on? And tell me what you're most excited about the project.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, absolutely. I'm also very excited about where the space is going. It really looks like everyone is maturing, the projects are maturing, and of course, with the bull run coming up, we see a lot of action probably soon.
Hmm.
I have decided to create Aloha. A long time ago, 5 years nearly, I was single using dating apps, and I really dislike the experience because we as guys, of course, have to compete with thousands of other guys, and it's quite hard out there.
Yeah,
Plus
I, I
the
I
fact that
think the
you have,
statistics were like what something crazy, like 70% of the matches were made with what 10% of the guys, and that was it. So that's
yes.
crazy.
Yeah, so you have the Pareto principle, which is like the 20-80 rule, but
Yes.
in the dating apps, it's even more extreme that the top 10% of guys get like 80% of the women. So you can imagine, especially in a monogamous relationship, there will be a lot of women disappointed for not getting the man, and all
Right.
the other men are disappointed for not getting the women in turn because they're chasing something they can't have. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
So,
struggled with that also a lot. There were actually multiple problems. The biggest one for me was that I thought that the apps would know what I would like, right? From my swiping
mhm,
behavior, they would probably see that I like a certain type of woman, and they
yes,
didn't show it to me at all. Like I had to swipe hundreds of times before I saw a profile that I liked. But because you're
really.
swiping so
I
hard
thought I
already,
thought they were smarter than that. Okay, cool, fair
yeah,
enough.
you miss them, and then you have to rewind, you have to pay for it, and whatever. So I really disliked it. And then when I finally found my partner, we were talking about this, and she also said that the dating app from the woman's perspective is not that great, also, because you have
Mm,
hundreds or thousands of guys talking with you. You have no clue which is the greenest grass, so to speak. Plus, all the conversations are also quite boring and the same. So that's how we came up with the idea of having an app that actually utilizes AI for their matchmaking. So it will see the behavior on the app and it will actually curate your queue for you. So you do
okay.
not have to swipe excessively all the time, but along the road, it will actually filter down to the profiles you'll like. And then you don't have to swipe so many times with all the negative effects that come from it. So that's actually how we started. And then we figured, okay, why do dating apps not serve their customers? And that is because they will lose customers when they actually find a relationship, right? If you find a
Right.
relationship, Tinder loses two customers. So that's why they do not help you. And then we figured, okay, how can we retain the users? So we help them find a relationship, but they still stay on the app. And what's the
Mm.
thing you keep on doing while you still have a relationship? That's dating. So we will actually facilitate the dates for the people also after they have found a relationship because you
Oh,
still
that's
go
so
on
cool.
dates.
Yeah.
So that's what we set out to do. And actually, people all around us are very welcoming of the idea. Probably a lot of people looking at this will also think like, yeah, Tinder sucks and Happen also sucks. Even though they say they want you to find a relationship, their business model is in a way that they do not want you to find a
Right.
relationship because then they
Whereas
will
where
go
you
broke.
continue the relationship where they can keep dating after the fact,
Mhm.
that's cool. So that makes it so it wants to. You want to stick on the app and you don't lose the customer. You just move them to
100%.
phase two, right?
True. Yeah. Yeah. And that's why we have established partnerships with bars, restaurants, etc. So people can go via our app to these experiences. So you can
Hmm.
go to a bar, a restaurant, escape room, whatever, and then they will book via our site and they will get the discount at the venue. So everyone wins because the venue gets more traffic. We
Yes.
have good customers that will stay with the app. And of course, the customers themselves will get a discount, which they would usually not get. So there's a triangle
Wow,
of
that's a
winning.
win-win-win. That
Yeah.
doesn't happen very often. That's really cool.
That's what we thought. Yeah, man. Thanks for the compliment.
So yeah, that is exciting. So where are you now? Have you guys launched? Is it out there? People can use this now. Where are you at in the project?
We are currently building our MVP out. So that's also where the people can go if they want to have a look.
Hmm.
Aloha.date is our web domain, and there you can sign up for the beta test. So once the MVP is ready, we will also send everyone an email with the test flight, etc., so they can install the apps and see the beta. We are working on tokenomics also. So far, we haven't figured out the tokenomics yet that is and useful for the investors, because that's the people you want to keep happy, and of
Hmm.
course for the customers themselves. So again, both people will win. So that's something we're rolling out, and the people that will sign up for the beta will of course also be enrolled there and get some tokens or an NFT depending on which road we choose.
That's really, really cool. So if you go the NFT route, is it just the NFT holders get some sort of membership and it's a discount sort of thing or something like that? Is that the premise of the NFT side?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking of something way cooler.
Okay.
So, what if you would divide the world up into
Yes.
segments? And then, let's say, for instance, you want to launch in Sydney, Australia. And
Mm.
then people can actually buy certain neighborhoods or streets in Sydney. And then, whenever people sign up in that street, of course, we will not do it to the address level because of privacy and whatever, but you
Right.
can bundle it in certain neighborhoods or whatever. And then everyone that signs up in that neighborhood and the revenue generated in that part of the world
A
will be
portion.
revenue shared with the
Oh, that
100
is
and the other
cool.
80.
You should hit up every matchmaker. So I was at a networking event the other day, and there was a professional level matchmaker, and she only matched like high level professional to other high level professional because they're the only
Mhm.
ones who would understand each other, right?
Yeah, and this
Right?
is a big market because I don't know if they told you how much these people will ask, but it starts at like 25K, and depending on how professional you are, so to speak, the price goes up. And of
Oh
course, you
yeah,
will get a tailored service for it, which is very well. But we feel like AI can do a way better job at it, right? Because you
for
have a
sure.
way bigger group of people which you can choose from, and then of
Hmm.
course a machine can do way more work than a human. But yeah,
Oh,
definitely
absolutely.
these
I,
matchmakers
I
at this
like I
high
like the
level.
fact that you've built an ecosystem that goes beyond the first date, right? But that goes beyond the first connection. It continues the connection because that's also important, right?
Mhm.
So, looking back, I've actually been married for 20 years, right? But
Wow.
even though I've been married for 20 years, I still go out on dates with my wife. And then, we sit there staring at each other. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Right. So if the app helps figure out, hey, here's a cool date idea. Oh my God, I'll sign up again. Right. That sounds
Mhm.
great because I'm always sitting there going, what do we do today? Right. So it's always an interesting thing to get like dating ideas and something like that so that we can explore the rest of the town, right? Like so it's funny because some people they've lived in a place for so long, yet they don't know all the cool places to visit in their town yet, right? So
Mhm.
that's a really cool ecosystem. I really enjoy that part of the program. So that's really neat. So
Mhm.
so you said that back before. So I guess you got a girlfriend, wife now. Is that uh
Yeah, fiance, and we have
fiance?
our
Okay, in
first
in
son
between, in
coming up.
between.
Yeah,
So
in
so
between.
so what's your favorite date? I'm just curious because if you're gonna be the one curating all the dates, what's been your favorite one? You said escape room, you said bar, you said lounge. Which one has been the most interesting?
What we usually do is we go to a restaurant, a fancy restaurant, because she really likes that, with
Hmm.
some good champagne and some good food. And then afterwards, usually we go to a wine bar and end the night on a good note, and then we go
That's
home.
cool. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
for the longest time, my wife, before, just when she was my girlfriend and then when fiance and then wife, we tried to find hobbies that we could do together, but we like different stuff.
Mm.
And so, but the one thing that we did agree on was we're both foodies. So we love checking out new restaurants, we love checking out new places, and that's definitely a cool thing. So yeah, if that's part of your ecosystem, part of your thing, that's really cool. So when you're not taking your fiance out and when you're not building your project, what do you do for fun?
I like sports a lot. I'm a boxer. I
Oh,
really like
cool.
the thrill of because I used to play a lot of sports like football, water polo, everything.
Hmm.
But the thing is, when you get tired, you get a little bit lazy, and then yeah, you don't have to run after the ball because you can just stand still. While in boxing or MMA, which I used to do before I get injured, when you
Oh, that's so
stop, you
cool.
will get hit in the face,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Actually, here, you know what? This is the first interview I'm gonna take out my background just to show you, because that's really cool. Here, let me turf my background for a quick second and just turn it off here. So this is my normal background. This is my basement. And
Mhm.
I teach martial arts. So I actually do like fighting with weapons. And so like behind me here, check this out. So this is the first time I turned it off in an interview. So I actually have like swords and machetes and ninja weapons.
Whoa,
And so I grew up
damn.
with the Ninja Turtles back when I was a kid. And so because I grew up in that era, throw that over there. So I'll turn the background back on. But yeah, yeah. So I'm a martial artist by trade. And actually, funny enough, today, in like 6 hours, I'm gonna go teach a martial arts class. So there you go. So
Cool,
so
man.
it's
So
always
what do you teach
interesting to see
exactly?
what the Web3 community is into, right? Like you're the first one who talked about like combat sports. Actually, there was a friend of mine was in like the karate combat thing at Token
Mm.
2049, and I'm interviewing him in a couple of days too. So the three of us can get together and nerd out about martial arts and MMA and all that kind of stuff. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's so
actually pretty
cool.
cool. Yeah, the big thing also, because in Web3, I also organize events for personal development and business development, especially for Web3 investors.
Hmm.
And one of the main things we do there is also introduce people to martial arts. Because a lot of people think that fighting and whatever, it's for criminals or things like that, whilst it's the total opposite. It's the complete respect you usually have for the people you spar with,
Oh,
and also
absolutely.
the self-esteem that especially guys get from knowing how to fight, how you posture yourself on the street and whatever, and also in
Mm.
dating. It's it will how do you say, amplify your ability in everything, every aspect of life so much
Well, because
because of the
women
confidence.
love confidence, right? In men,
Mhm.
because the man is supposed to be technically taller and lead the dance, right? So because that's the way it's supposed to go. That confidence goes a long way, right? So yeah, absolutely, I agree, 100%. So, and I
That's
like
so
the fact
fun,
that you
man.
said that you can't really rest because then you get punched in the face, right? So I actually no, I lied to you earlier. My wife and I did find a sport that we both enjoy, and it's the craziest sport. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called archery tag, and so
Oh, yeah, I've done it once. It's so awesome.
we do it every 2 weeks now, and it's on a date day, and we love it. So so
That's so
um
cool. I would never have thought that I would hear it again because it's not that popular, but it's really fun to do.
it's starting to catch on. We have like 50 people show up at our events now. It's fun. So there's 25 people trying to kill out of 25 people with archery tag. It's fun. It's so much fun. And so the
Man,
hilarious thing is my wife and I, we don't care if we're on the same team or not. If we're on the same team, we go together and we tag team. If we're on opposite teams, we try to kill each other. It's hilarious and it's so much fun, right? So there you go. That's awesome. I like how you have a different structure to the other part of your life, right? Because one side you're sitting in front of a screen all day, and then the other side you're literally boxing, which is cool because that way you can kind of get the best of both worlds, right?
definitely. Yeah, you need to
So
keep fit because all the typing and the benching over all day is not good for the body. So it's good
yeah,
to let
absolutely. So
everything out.
crypto is great and all, but at the same time, you need the body to keep going, right? This is our vehicle, right? So we got
Mhm.
to keep it fit. So fantastic. Okay, well, cool. Well, the last question on the interview is, and I'm sad that we're almost ending it now. So this has been a really cool conversation. Um, the last question is, where do you want people to connect with you and why do you want them to connect with you? So you mentioned that like you have like a beta program coming up. Where do all the people live? Are they sitting in a Discord? Is it on X? Is it on Telegram? How do they become part of this beta?
So if you have the website, which is aloha.date,
Mhm.
there you will get an intro into what we do again. So the white paper is there, just to get a view of, okay, what's the rationale behind the company and the app. If you scroll down a bit, you can also sign up for the beta. So I think that speaks for itself. And then of course we have an X, it's called Aloha Date, and we have an Instagram also with the same name. So these channels can both be reached. For now, we aren't posting a lot. We used to post. We had this funny idea that we had a developer, and of course, developers usually have the stereotype that they struggle to find or talk to women, right? Because they're
Mm.
techies, and what do you say to women? So we had our CTO actually be followed and filmed all the time while he was writing the app.
Oh my
And we
God.
think that we will film him all the time until he finds a girlfriend via our own app,
Oh, that's
because
amazing.
the thesis was, okay, if I cannot find a girlfriend via Tinder, I will write my own app and then I will find a girlfriend via there.
That's
So
amazing.
Yeah.
That's a hilarious story. You should totally lead into that. That's a great marketing piece.
Yeah, we struggled to get it off the ground. So we will probably do it again once we have some more of the app also, because then
Mm,
it's easier to follow along. But that's on our
absolutely.
YouTube channel, also called Aloha Date. And we also tried a while for meming. So just post memes about the Tinder life and the Hinge life.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Some
That's
good laughs
fantastic.
there.
Oh man, I could nerd out with you over marketing over this all day long because I used to consult for that niche. So yes, yes, that's fantastic.
Really?
That's a really good place to be. So yeah, we'll chat after this. But dude, Tom, it was a real pleasure getting to talk to you, and that's a really cool project. And again, I really like the fact that you're making it so that we have to swipe less to really find that person we can hang out with.
Hmm. Yeah, that's our goal to have everybody find love because, well, you also experienced it, and once I found my partner, also life is just better when you can share your experiences, your road with somebody else. So
Absolutely. I'm happily married 20 years, so a wife, two kids, and a bird. So there you go.
cool.
All right, Tom, thank you so much for being on the show. Appreciate you. And then yeah, so we'll put the connection information inside the video here. So probably below us, you'll see where to connect with him, how to get to the website, and then how to sign up for the beta program. But everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks, Tom, for being on the show.
Thank you, Earl.